Vinny, what makes those matches against Xavi Alonso so complicated? What is your approach looking ahead to tomorrow's match, especially after the last match in the Bayer Arena in Leverkusen, where they played better? Well, it remains a match of Bayern München against Bayer Leverkusen, and me and Xavi Alonso, we won't kick the ball, won't have an influence on the match tomorrow, actually. If two teams face each other with a lot of individual quality, of course it has a lot of effect on the match, a lot of intensity, and then the reality is that in the last three encounters there were three different matches if you look at them. Also looking at the results, the different feelings in each match, and if you look at them, how they developed, all the matches were played at the limit. There haven't been so much difference between both teams, but Leverkusen has been a top opponent, can be seen as a top opponent. That's why we're looking forward to this match, because it's a top match. Another question. I know, looking at the last encounter, looking at defending well, what is your personal approach in the arena tomorrow? Well, I won't say too much about the match tomorrow, but I've always said that I want to be constant. What I've said before, also in the other press conferences, it's all about pressing, but then you have to also defend deeply, and I clearly said that we don't have a problem to defend deeply, no problem, but they have to deserve it, and this happened actually in the last match away. So we trained on it, and in this moment I think we have achieved some good results in the meantime since then, but it's not only focusing on one thing, it has to it's up also to the momentum of the match. But we play at home and we want to show our best, of course. We don't enter this match with the thought that we do a little bit less and then next week we do a little bit more. No, that's not the right approach. One question to the players. How does it look like with Josh Kimmich? He participated at the final training. Is he at 100%? Any other updates on other players? Well, for this match, then you need 100%. Of course, that's not a question. But the only thing is that Pavlovic, he's still injured, still sick, and hopefully he will join the team soon again. Mr. Kompany, at this match everyone look at the youngsters, Jamal Musiala, Florian Wirtz. Jamal scored more goals and better in duels, but Florian Wirtz has more assists and enters the box more often. So what fascinates you of both of these players, and what can they learn from each other? Well, I don't know what they can learn from each other, but every player has to take his own path. This is important, your own development is important. And as I said before, for Germany, it's outstanding that they have those players at disposal, that both are German, playing for the national team. So it will be good for Germany if both do a good job, and looking at tomorrow, that we will be able to solve these qualities that Wirtz has as opposing player, and that we act very well as a team with the support of our individual quality. And as you can hear, I don't really want to answer these questions. I'm talking at the moment, but I shouldn't say anything about this. I try to be respectful, but just ask me other questions, please. These are good questions. I would ask the same probably, but still, you would feel maybe the same if you would be in my shoes. So, next question, please. How much do you have to think about both matches in the preparation of this tie? Well, it plays an important role actually, to think about both matches, first leg and second leg. You shouldn't lose this out of sight, but the reality is we play at home tomorrow first. And this has or needs its own mentality. We play at home. Of course, we have the same aspiration for the match away, but it doesn't change anything about, I mean, these are all factors that play a role without saying. And we shouldn't say tomorrow is all or nothing. We know that. And I think Manu said something to this, added something to this. And it's true that we never lose out of sight that it's two legs, but still we play the first leg here at home, and something special can happen here tomorrow.
Hallo Vincent. Jetzt spielen Sie zum vierten Mal.
Vincent, now you face Leverkusen for the fourth time this season. Is there anything that might surprise you, or is there something that you could do to surprise him? Well, I think it looks maybe from the outside that a lot happens, but in the inside, it's just details that have been or might be changed. Well, the matches before were, as I said, played at the limit, and so tactically a lot happened in the last three matches and had effects on the momentum of the game or of the games. So I'm pretty excited to see what happens tomorrow. We have our plan, our idea, we have our preparation. And this is why such matches are so interesting, because you can plan so many things, but at the end, if the match is kicked off, then the players, up to the players. Hello, Coach. Question, if you look at the last three matches against Bayer Leverkusen and analyze them, so what is important for the match tomorrow? What can you improve compared to the last three matches to beat Leverkusen? Well, it was always about details. That's why I don't want to say too much about it, because I really think that the three matches before, they had different stories. If you look at the run of the matches and the results, but as you could see, the run of the match, you can have an effect on that, but at the end, it's very close, always, and I don't expect an extreme difference in these next two matches, but you never know. And this is why I say now that it's all about the small details, and we don't know them. We don't want to give away too much info.
Hallo Vincent, gleich bei mehreren Spielern von Leverkusen, unter anderem Chaka.
More players, Chaka, Wirtz, they might be suspended with the next yellow card. Is this that plays a role in your head? Well, I think, as said before, it could be that those players, it could play a role with them, for them. And there's that factor. We are aware that you have to be present, enter well each duel. You have to give everything, your best, not to concede anything to your opponent. So there is also a moment where you don't have everything under control yourself or also for the other players. So what more important actually is that we focus ourselves on our game, what we can do, and what happens then, I don't know. Many things can happen. Any more questions? No? Thank you very much, lads. See you tomorrow. Bye-bye.